watching Healing with Foods TV, your source of nutrition and wellness information, helping you take charge of your health and happiness, using food as medicine, and much more. Today, I have with me two special guests. Dennis and Kathy Lang are teachers of Yin and Vinyasa yoga, as well as meditation and mindfulness practices. They found yoga in 2000, which led to completing their RYT 200 and 500-hour yoga training at the Asheville Yoga Center in Asheville, North Carolina, as well as attending many national workshops. Their studies and practice led to complete transformation and reinvention of themselves, changing careers, diet and lifestyle, shifting towards a balanced focus on finding fun, making memories and being positive lights in the world. The Langs have integrated sound and vibration with yoga as a healing and meditation modality with crystal balls, gong and Spanish guitar. They have traveled extensively to over 30 countries, providing them with much cultural exposure and inspiration. You can learn more about Kathy and Dennis by visiting yogawithdennisandkathy.com. Hi and welcome to Healing with Foods, Kathy and Dennis. Today, I'm planning to share with my audience, based on your wonderful and interesting experience, is 3 steps you need to take to transform your life, health and happiness. So I have one question for you. Are you happy with your life? And again, that includes career, that includes physical activity, that includes your relationships, your spirituality, and of course your relationship with food. So today I'm going to interview Kathy and Dennis on their life story because it's such an inspiring story. So I will start with you, Dennis, and I will ask to tell us your story. How did you get to be interested in yoga and meditation and mindfulness, considering your career and your background?
Thank you, Mihaela. Basically, we had been very successful in the corporate world before. And what happened is that with all of that success, 401ks and various things that we owned and had, we realized that we were not able to answer the very question you asked the audience in the beginning with a positive answer. Are you happy? What happened is we realized if we really were honest with ourselves and took a look at our lives, we were on a very successful path, but we were not on a very happy path and we were not very well. And so what we did is we said, let's observe, take a look at our lives, and let's be very honest with ourselves. And we started to take spa vacations. And we ended up at the Miraval Spa back in the year 2000 when you mentioned that. And that was a turning point in our lives together. What happened at the Miraval Spa is we took a yoga class and it planted a seed in us. And this seed eventually grew and our interest in yoga grew from there. But what really was happening is we started to ask ourselves these very important questions about our lives, all related to health and happiness. In fact, I would say the paramount question that really caused our change was the one that Kathy actually asked.
Yes, and we sat back and looked at what we were doing. We had great careers, high salaries, but when I asked Dennis, would you do this job if it weren't for the money? He answered no, and I asked myself the same question, and I answered no. So at that point, we decided that we needed to make a change.
Wow, that took a lot of courage.
Absolutely, it took all the courage we could muster because we were very comfortable. We became very comfortable in all of our things, and we realized that the kind of change we were talking about was dramatic. It had to be dramatic. And so a lot of people, once they realized we were about to exit, many people thought we were crazy.
Were shocked. Can you tell us what exactly both did? What industry you were in? Because that's quite interesting.
We were both in the defense industry. We were both working in 2 different roles for a multinational company that had businesses overseas. supplying armor products and armor protection to militaries, governments, and high net worth individuals. And so what happened with all of that in our case was we both had to travel a great deal, and it was through all the travel and this and that, it was from an experience point of view rewarding, from a financial point of view rewarding, but frankly I ended up on blood pressure medication, I ended up on Singulair, I ended up 50 pounds to 60 pounds heavier than I am right now. I was on a downward spiral.
Wow. That's certainly a big shift
Yes.
from defense to yoga and meditation. From one end of the spectrum
Right.
to the other
Yes.
one. But on your face I see health and vibrant energy, really.
Yes.
So first step you need to take charge of your health, happiness and well-being is if it wasn't for filling the blanks, would I be doing filling the blanks? An example, if it wasn't for the money, just like in Lang's case, would you be doing that job? If it wasn't for the convenience, would you be eating that packaged food? I will let you fill in the blanks. You can save this. I'm having a PDF for you with all the 3 crucial steps you need to take, and take your time, because this requires a lot of time and mindfulness from your part to be honest enough to give yourself an answer. Great. So now I'm going to turn on to you, Kathy, and I would like to ask you, after you both answered, and the answer was no, a big no,
Yes.
what did you do?
Well, we needed an exit strategy because we didn't want to just walk away from our jobs without a plan. So we decided over the course of about 2 years, what would we be doing if it weren't for these jobs, and what would make us happy, and what would give us a more flexible lifestyle so that we could spend more time practicing yoga, more time meditating, more time preparing our own meals in a healthy way. So over the course of 2 years, we decided we would both quit our jobs on the same day. We would take a 4-month vacation, and we would get into real estate, something we could both do together. We would still have the flexibility in our day to do the things that we really wanted to do that really mattered to us. So that's what we did.
Yeah, what we found is that in our careers we were so, fortunately and unfortunately, we were so good at what we did, for us to change or redirect ourselves within that industry was virtually impossible. So we needed to come to grips with changing dramatically our career direction to be able to do this. So it took a little extra time in our case, and of course you always want to be financially stable, and you always want to be very clear with every step that you take.
Wonderful. Actually, I like the fact that it took 2 years, because nothing in life is quick and easy.
No.
That's right.
No.
Whether it comes to weight loss, whether it comes to changing the way you eat, changing the way you live,
Yes.
adopting a fitness routine, it doesn't matter what it is. It's no quick fix magic pill.
That's right.
You have to take time, you have to plan, and you have to stick with the plan. So, step number 2 for you today. Your exit strategy. Think it over, write it down, and take consistent steps so you can successfully implement it. And don't get discouraged because it takes a year, 2 years, 5 years. It doesn't matter. Time is passing by. Keep in mind your final goal, and you will get there. Great. So now, Dennis, if you'd be to pinpoint or to select 2 of the most important factors that help you, both of you, stick to the plan, to the exit plan, not get discouraged and quit.
Yeah, I think the first one is awareness, and by awareness I mean really observing how you live your life. Taking a look at all aspects of how you live your life Monday through Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Being willing to honestly look at that and adjust it and take these small adjustments to change the direction. I think in the other case, in my case particularly, not so much in Kathy's, but in my case, I needed to get a grip on my nutrition. I needed to shift my whole way of thinking about food. I was completely out of balance. I was doing a lot of extended travel overseas, lots of business entertainment and so forth. And it was through all of that that I realized I have to turn this completely upside down. I will not live much longer if I stay on that path. So we dramatically changed our diet. And the diet change related to also other aspects of our life. We realized that in going through this process, we started to think about what is our footprint that we're leaving behind. And that also relates to not only our weight, but it relates to our impact on the people around us, the impact on the earth, and so on. So we started to take this very holistic view. So the first was awareness, then nutrition, but that fed into this overall aspect of how we view ourselves in the world today, and that's a very holistic view of how we interact with the world around us.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like a mindfulness practice
It
at the
is.
same time, because like you said, you don't eat only to keep a certain weight or to have good lab results, not to be on medication,
Yeah.
but you actually think how what you do, the food you select and you eat every day, it impacts the environment.
Well, we believe that the food we eat, we become also. It's very important to remember that when you consume food, it does become a part of you. So that awareness and that acknowledgement, for me and Kathy, it helped us kind of think about food a little differently. And fortunately, when you think about food maybe in that context, you change your selection of foods in a very positive way. They turn out to be, it happens, the good food for your body. It's an interesting concept.
Absolutely. You are what you eat.
Yes.
So it's so true.
Yes.
And I like another mantra, eat to live.
Eat to
Don't
live.
live to eat.
Yes.
Yes.
So true.
That if you are able to get a grasp of that, and just whenever you eat, to think that food is not only energy that you get,
Yeah.
it's not only to please your palate, your taste buds, but it's actually what you become.
Mm.
Then you slowly change your relationship with food, and that again takes time. It's not something that happens overnight. I wish it would be, but it's not.
Yes.
And it's always like 3 steps forward, 1 step back. It goes like that. But certainly, before you know it, you are a different person based on what you eat, and it makes a big difference in your thinking.
Yes.
You start thinking better. You
Mhm.
focus better.
Absolutely.
You have the energy, physical energy, because as we grow older, we think it's normal to have less energy, but is it really?
Yeah.
Or can we still have sustained energy throughout the day so you can accomplish all your daily tasks and loving it,
Yeah.
doing it with pleasure?
Absolutely.
Having the energy makes a big, big difference. So step number 3. Change what you have control over, such as food. What is at the end of your fork, you have full control over. And your mind.
Yes.
Practice mindfulness and meditation. You can control your mind. It's the most powerful tool, because that will dictate everything else you do. All the choices you make originate in our mind, and allow your mind to come in harmony with your heart. Don't ignore your heart. So, Kathy, would you share with us a breathing or a meditation practice that both of you are using it, and also you teach it to your clients, that it can be done anywhere. You don't have to be in a special yoga studio to do this, and it helps one be successful at implementing anything that wants to accomplish in any given day.
Yes, yes. Well, this meditation technique or breathing exercise is called the perfect 10. And it's a very ancient practice, goes back to Tibet. But it's a very simple practice that anyone can do, whether you're a meditator on a regular basis or maybe you've never even tried meditation. So it starts with breathing, inhaling and exhaling. And you start with the number 10 and you count backwards to the number 0. So you inhale, exhale 10, inhale, exhale 9. And you keep going very slowly until you get to 0. But what most people find when they get to 7 or maybe 6 or even 5, your mind is off on some other topic and you've totally forgot about the counting. So when that happens, you have to go back to 10 and restart until you successfully get to 0 without the mind wandering off. And this teaches your brain to focus on one thing. And it also helps lower your blood pressure, your parasympathetic nervous system is engaged, so you become more calm and relaxed. And it's something that anyone can do, whether you're in your office for a stressful meeting or something and you want to just calm yourself before this meeting, or if you have some stressful thing going on at home, just find a little quiet time to take this perfect 10 practice into your life and you'll see big results.
Wow. Or if you have a major craving,
Yes.
that cookie or candy is calling
Yes.
your name.
Yes.
The
Yes.
10.
Yes. The perfect 10.
Perfect
and maybe
10.
you won't even want that cookie.
Exactly. Give yourself one chance to say no to the cookie
That's
by
right.
using
That's
this
right.
technique. Wonderful. It's like a pyramid.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you go from the higher number to the lower number. And remember, if you drift away, you have to go right
That's
back.
right.
Yes,
Back at
yes.
10. Yes.
Great. Wonderful. I love it. So now, tell us where people can find you and what projects are you on, because I know you're doing lots of workshops
Yes,
and
we are.
interesting. Actually, this is how I got to meet you, because I attended a wonderful, which I can only recommend, or I can not recommend it enough. It was a yoga practice for chakras, and what I loved about was the education put together with the application, with the practice. For me, that's the best type of workshop that I can attend or I can deliver. If you follow me for any length of time, you know that I like to educate you before I tell you to eat a certain way or a certain food. So, tell us please.
Absolutely. You hit on one of our tenets, if you will. We believe as yoga teachers and as very serious yoga students that you have to practice. It's not just something you can read. It's true in meditation, mindfulness, and yoga. You have to practice. And it is a practice because there is no destination, it's a journey. So it's a practice that you keep coming back to and keep coming back to. People have asked us, Dennis and Kathy, well, what is your yoga? You know, surely you must have a name for your yoga. And when we first were hit with that question, it kind of set us back and we thought, well, let's see. Another one of our tenets is we are not connected to anyone's style or dogma. We love all yoga traditions. So we decided that what we would do is just simply teach yoga, simply as that. And our website is called yogawithdennisandkathy.com. So we don't have a Lang style of yoga or a different kind of a name for our yoga. What we do is we integrate and we bring into our style of yoga or our practice of yoga for our teaching elements of all the different kinds of yoga that we've experienced through our travels. The other thing that we've learned recently in the last couple of years is that the use of sound and vibration as a healing modality is very, very critical to overall health and wellness. And you had mentioned the chakra balancing workshop that you had attended. That's one example where we use crystal bowls, which are tuned to different vital organs throughout the body to create resonance and healing in those various organs throughout the body. What we've also learned is that the use of different tonality in different combinations can be very soothing and healing as well, along with the use of mantra and guided meditations. I would say meditation has emerged in the last couple of years as being very, very much integral to what we teach. But most recently, we just got done in the recording studio and we created what we call a crystal bowl guided meditation CD. In this CD, we've integrated crystal bowls, gong, and then Spanish guitar. The Spanish guitar, I would not have become a musician had it not been for yoga. it's absolutely where we have found our creative outlet is through the practice of yoga, which led to this CD. So we've written guided meditations. This particular CD we wrote with one of our dear friends, Heather Shea, and she's done some of the guided meditations as well. It's all original work and it's all original music. So it's available at various yoga studios here in Jacksonville and online. You can go to our website, yogawithdennisandkathy.com, to find it.
Wow, excellent. And you teach yoga at
We do.
studios as well?
We have two, I would say our home base is Ocean Yoga Center in Atlantic Beach. And then we also do workshops all around town. We have relationships with local studios as part of their teacher training programs. And then also Kathy and I are taking our workshops on the road. We have some scheduled workshops in New Hampshire as well as Tallahassee. We're kind of branching out a little bit, so we're very excited about that.
Wonderful. I have to say, what I like about your approach to yoga, it very much mirrors my approach to eating. Because I think it's no one size fits all
Right.
when it
Yes,
comes to
yes.
what you eat, nor what the type of exercise or yoga or meditation practices.
You are preaching to the choir.
I know.
Yes.
And I just want my audience to understand that you may be doing a yoga practice today that a month from now may be not needed and you will need a different one. Same as with food, you may be eating a certain way today, a year from today is going to be something different that your body needs. So the take-home message is keep your mind open and flexible and allow your body to receive the information and see what vibrates or resonates with you. Don't deny it just because it's not the norm or doesn't supposed to be. So that's, I learned with time. That's what I personally learned, and I'm trying to encourage. When people ask me, what do you diet you practice or preach? No, it's what fits you.
Yes.
Mihaela, I can tell you for sure, Kathy and I have run the experiment with respect to both yoga and meditation. Some sizes fit, many sizes don't. So we like to say there's many yoga poses, but not all yoga poses are for every body, and not every body is for every yoga pose. So one has to be careful.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for being with me today.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Like I said,
Appreciate it
honored,
very much.
and I'll have you back soon to see what else you'll be doing. And thank you for watching. Did you like the video? Share with your friends. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and of course, if you want to receive periodic updates from me that I only send through the email, please go to healingwithfoods.org and put your email address on the sidebar box, and I'll see you next time.